I literally said wear gear, and then this kind of happened. So today I'm breaking down a tourist in flip-flops who rented a scooter, I think, with zero experience, and an elderly cyclist that proved age does not equal wisdom. So let's go ahead and jump into this and figure out what happened.
Remember
R6
that
Eddie, so
anything
make
happen on the road, so it's always worth expecting the unexpected. So take a look and ride safe.
that is pretty scary. So what we're gonna be doing in this video, everybody, is we're gonna be taking a look at crashes and close calls and making sure that we don't make the same mistakes as a lot of the people do in here. And if they made a success, let's go ahead and try to emulate those successes. So pay attention to these scenarios, because if you get caught in these scenarios, we're doing mirror neurons. So we're paying attention. We're learning from watching. Pretty cool, huh? So now we see this, right? Good. We got out of the situation. We're going to be utilizing the plan method right here. We're in a position for safety right now. Hey, there's a hazardous situation. So if we are having to turn left, right, that's an active threat with all that glass on the ground, right? That's an active threat. So we might have to do some nice navigation around it, nice little U-turn almost to get around it, right? We're gonna have to do something. We don't want to go over the glass. So practice your slow speed maneuvers. We have the Smart Rider drills. The brand new digital version of it just came out. Free shipping for all the books, by the way, and the cone kits with the Smart Rider motorcycle training system. So check it out. Links in the description. Free shipping for the printed stuff in the United States, and the digital, instant download, instant everything. It gets on your phone, all that fun stuff. But that's how you can practice your U-turn to get around that. Okay. Here we go. I don't know if any of this music is copyrighted, so we got to do this. So we're getting through here. We're having some fun going around the curves. We have a nice little action camera. Hopefully it doesn't hit the ground when we're turning left. Oh, we were going a little too fast in the corner, up and over the guardrail. Thankfully not over a cliff. And thank you, cameraman, for having this great view, and we can actually see stuff. So look at the curve. It's pretty sharp. It's almost like a 90-degree curve. So when we're going through corners, we have to utilize the plan method. Hazardous situations for motorcycle riders are corners and intersections. Intersections, typically the car, left turning or whatever it is going to create the problem for us. But in corners, we tend to be the problem. You have control over at least this one, full control. And so what should we be doing into corners? Going slower than you think you need to and add speed later. Don't add speed at the beginning and be like, I need to probably slow down in the middle of the turn. This is the kind of stuff that happens if you're trying to slow down in the middle of the turn. Okay. And by the way, like I said, you can get the Smart Rider motorcycle training system in the drills. There is a free download for 5 free drills, U-turn drills. So check that out. It's also linked in the description too. Or go to the website, motorcycletrainingconcepts.com. Training resources, boom, right there. It's going to say free 5 drills. Have some fun with that. Practice those drills. Hey, he's doing fine. That's good. Because part of the system is rescue. We're going to learn how to rescue each other. We might be talking about that in this video. So having some fun here. Oh, there's oil. There it is.
Oh, pimp down, pimpin'.
Yeah, having some fun in a parking garage. Now, remember, parking garage is a little bit slippery because it's kind of smooth concrete. So if you have any type of debris on the smooth concrete in here, you're going to have issues, okay? So just be careful with the swerves and the funds and stuff. They probably were at the very top taking some sweet pics, and then that's what happened. Oh, subtle foreshadowing. Are we going to do the same? Are we going to do the same? Don't run them over. Okay. Well, your buddy just crashed. What do? Remain calm, just like he did. Ensure our own safety so we don't get hit by other traffic. Or, wear some gloves if we have to do anything when it comes to stopping major bleeds. Once again, it's part of the system. It's a book, the rescue book. I go over all that stuff so you know how to rescue somebody after a crash. So check it out. Everything we talk about in these live streams is based off the books that I have developed. Oh.
The car without
All right.
lights and really difficult.
So 3 things we can do in an emergency situation. Okay, part of the navigating active threats. Swerve, brake, accelerate. So I will give it to him that he tried to brake. I want you guys to do something. A lot of people honk the horn, rev bomb, or freeze. So the simple fact that he did try to do something, great. But the point is we're learning from this. So we have a traction loss type situation with rain and water. And this person's going super slow. That car swerved the other lane to get away from it. So here, take a look at this. Makes it pretty easy with the silhouette, right? Do we have an escape off to the right? Could we maybe lane split off to the left? so we can swerve into those positions, into that escape path if we really needed to, right? We can do something, right? So applying the brakes right here, it's like, this isn't working. You have to switch. If it's not working, we're not going to stop in time. My total stopping distance is ridiculous. It's dumb. It's not going to work. The rain is causing issues, whatever it is. I must change into a swerve. So change into the swerve. You have to do something. Now it's like, well, if I swerve left, I might get hit. If I swerve right, I might hit the guardrail. Or if you don't do anything, you're going to hit the car. So it's either hit the car or maybe hit something else. I'm going to take the maybe. I don't think it was panic braking. I think it was just the speed with braking plus the rain. There's just multiple issues. And that's why as smart riders, we acquire and use personal protective equipment just in case. What did I just say? What did I just say? I just said, please wear gear just in case. And we're not wearing gear. What the heck are we doing, dude? So, guys, I get it. Like, you're in a different country. It's like, I know how to ride a motorcycle at home, or maybe I don't know how to ride a motorcycle. And it's like, I'm in another country. They rent out scooters. We're going to go ahead and, ride around, have some fun, visit. If you don't know what to do, you don't know what to do. These guys in other countries that rent these things, they don't really check if you have license. They maybe just ask, do you know how to ride? And you're like, yeah, I do. And you don't. I think that's what happened. I think because like right there, the reason why it did that is because we grabbed the handlebars and we accidentally twisted the throttle. Like this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's just wearing flip-flops and we're heading to the beach because we rented these things. I don't know. Nobody knows what they're doing. Everyone's like, dude, stop. As much crap as I give these guys when it comes to wheelies, they have more skill than most motorcycle riders. You have to give them the simple fact that they have more skill.
I don't want to pull. Stay there. It's on the floor.
Why is your hand behind your back, dude?
Will you stay there?
Get your hand out of your back. What are you doing there, buddy?
Your car is yours.
Take a picture. Now you're kidnapping me because you're not letting me move and leave. Yeah, that's a crazy situation. All right, let's move on. Might need another thumbnail here. We'll see if that one wins.
No, he ain't got nothing to stay. He doesn't have anything. All right. Yo, let him send the bike up, Ali. The bike is leaking. What? What's up? What's up?
Oh, jeez. You guys do what you need to do. You fight if you want to fight. Once again, green does not necessarily mean go. Stoplights don't necessarily mean to stop. You just have consequences if you choose to do one or the other. You have consequences to fight or not fight. It's up to you. You make the choices. You live with the consequences. Don't be a little baby and be like, take accountability for your actions. Simple as that. It is what it is. If you want to fight, you fight.
What's up? What?
Same thing for him. It's up to you, dude. This is the consequence you get for acting like an idiot.
Well, nothing happened to your car. Okay, go away. What's wrong with you?
Road rage is just... I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it. Just not a big fan of it. All right, here we go. Having some fun. Going a little bit fast. We have a sharp turn up ahead. He's probably low side. There it is. Hopefully no cars coming. Okay, very good. Oh, even with a passenger, handled that. Remain calm. Let's go and see if we need to stop any major bleeds. He doesn't seem to be doing pretty good. He's standing. That's good. That's good. Now, hopefully his blood pressure doesn't drop and hit and he falls. Oh, geez. 100 and
The
something. I
worst
see 3
possible
digits.
situations on the very first run.
Oh, we're losing traction. Maybe some oil. We blew our engine, and the oil's starting to slip out, and then it's getting all over the rear tire, and we're losing traction. So just like oil on the road, we're gonna have oil on our rear tire because of that. Thankfully, he kept it up. There, see, look at that. And this is why you guys. I've seen it on some forums. People are so proud of their brand new bike, made it nice and clean, and they put tire shine on their tires. Don't put tire shine on your tires on a motorcycle. They're meant for sidewalls on cars. You don't really have a sidewall, and you don't want to put anything that can make it slippery on your tire. That's what it looks like. I've seen some forum posts and people on Facebook so proud of themselves and be like, look at my sweet, sweet ride. It's all cleaned up, but I got it all tire shine. It's like, dude, what are you doing? But that's what it looks like. Now it's pissing everywhere.
Say if you want to put it in the truck.
That's oil. That was oil. I'm just saying that's what a tire shine looks like when you do it. See, high skill, but high risk. And it's kind of dangerous. And there's the back. Back and left hip, left knee, arms, head probably hit the ground. We're having some issues. Get your ass out of my face. There's the ankles. Thankfully, he's got motorcycle boots. The back hit again. So if you're going to be doing those high-risk maneuvers on one wheel, wear gear. You do what you want. You're free to do whatever you want. It's America. Same thing. We're probably going to watch this. It just says crash incoming. So if you're going to be going high speed, if you're just going to ride a motorcycle, wear gear. Okay, simple as that. Just whatever. You saw the sign, sharp left turn coming up ahead. What are we going to do? There's the chevrons indicating it's sharp. Oh, we're scraping pegs because we're leaning the bike super far. Couldn't navigate it because we're going too fast. Stop going so fast in the corners. So if you are in a group ride like this, all communicate with each other in your cardos. Links in the description for discounts. Okay? Big discounts.
Lose a little bit of speed and tightened up again.
Man.
Huh?
Had to pass me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to pass.
Huh?
Passing before a corner means you're having to speed up before a corner. I mean, come on. Here we go. Slick J636. Did we just see you? Oh, you're getting passed up by a cyclist? What the heck are you doing, dude?
The cyclist made a pretty big mistake trying to overtake the rider on the right shoulder, and it didn't take long to see the results.
I make these comments every now and then. I know this is a crash and close call video and all this stuff, but I like to throw some mental, intellectual, philosophical things. I'm just gonna point out this one thing here. Just because you're old does not make you smart. Just because you're old does not make you wise. Just because you're old does not mean that you learned anything in your whole life. It just means you're old. It's what you do at that time. I know 6-year-olds that are incredibly smart and smarter than most adults. It's pretty, not most, but some adults. It's pretty ridiculous. And then there's like 20-year-olds that are smarter than most. I don't say most again. They're smarter than some people that are 40. There's people that are 80 that are incredibly wise because they spent 80 freaking years learning. 80 years of life and applying life and taking accountability and all this other stuff. When I see people do something like this and they're old, I just think that you're a toddler stuck in an 80-year-old body. Or maybe he's 60, 70, I don't know. But you've never grown mentally because that was the dumbest thing I have ever seen today. And I see a lot of dumb things every day.
Trying to overtake the rider on the right
This is
shoulder,
dumb.
and it didn't take long to see the
Like, what made you think that was like the thing to do? That's why when people say respect your elders, it's like, I respect the simple fact that you made it to that age without dying, but I don't respect your opinions. I don't respect anybody's opinions unless I feel like they're smart, or at least they come from a position of like, this is my learned experience. This is what I've learned. This is what I've paid attention. This is how I've learned it. And this is just my opinion. It's like, cool, I respect that. Doesn't mean I have to agree with it. But
result.
I don't know. All right, we're going to move on back to crashes. I want to give you a little bit of tips. A little smart, right? Dan the Fireman tips. That was dumb. Ooh. Oh, there goes the bike. It's just gone. So we just got hit by a car. This is why I wear white. I have a white helmet. It kind of helps, but man, that's one of the fears when you're riding at night. We're hard to see. Oh, speed wobble, speed wobble, speed wobble, speed wobble, speed wobble. Roll up the throttle, roll up the throttle. Ooh. How do we get to that position in the first place? We're going too fast, we hit a bump. Either suspension is not good, or rim is not good, tire PSI is not good, maybe our handle inputs are not good. It is what it is. We hit a bump. There's a bunch of different factors, but if we're speeding, those factors are amplified.